What's going on, everybody? We're live. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I wanted to hop on here real fast and have this conversation tonight about a few different things, really. Let me first off make sure this is running smooth real fast, and we'll get started here. All right, so this conversation directly comes from a few conversations I've had recently, right? So I've got a few people who I'm working with who are running some advertisements, and been running my own advertisements for about 2 years now. So I think that it's fair to say that I've got a little bit of experience in this area right here. And one thing from my own experience, right? When I first started running Facebook ads, I thought that just by running ads, it was going to be like some magical thing where like people are just going to start, buying my thing and just coming to my class and everyone's just going to show up. And that was not the case, right? So check this out. When I first started running my own ads for the driver's intervention program, like I remember I would spend $100 and got nothing, right? Spent another $100, nothing. Tweaked a little bit, had a few different ideas, ran a different ad, $100, nothing, right? So there was a lot of money up front that I burnt just trying to figure out like, what the heck am I doing here? Right? It took me a long time to understand the right type of message and the right type of offer that I had to make to my people in order for them to come to my program. So check this out. I want you to think that, let's say, whatever your product or service is that you sell, right? Maybe it's $20, maybe it's $200, maybe it's $2,000 or $5,000, right? And what I'm referring to is the amount of money you would make if you made the sale. So check this out. Let's say that if you're trying to sell something, and if you sell it, you make $1,000, right? So obviously you're like, damn, I'm going to run Facebook ads all day, and I'm going to just sell this thing all day and all night and keep making thousands and thousands and thousands over and over and over, right? But let's say that for some reason you decide only to spend $200 on your Facebook ads, right? Now, there's a lot of factors that go into this, like, do people on Facebook know you? Do they like you? Do they trust you? Have they bought from you before? Do they want what you're trying to sell, right? There's a lot of factors that actually go into determining whether somebody's going to buy something from you or not, especially on Facebook. So check this out. Let's say that the thing that you sell makes you $1,000, puts $1,000 in your pocket. And let's say that you plan to spend that $200 on Facebook, right? What would your expectations be going into that game that you're about to play about the return on your investment, right? If you have unrealistic expectations coming in the door, right? Meaning that if you go into this and you spend that $200 and you get nothing, you're immediately going to say, Facebook doesn't work. Advertising is a fraud. This is a scam. This is BS, right? That's the natural response that's what I thought about myself too. I thought, damn, I spent $100 and all these people saw my ad, all these people clicked on it, but nobody signed up for my class, right? There's just so much that goes into it so I want you to kind of reframe that thinking, right? Let's say that, again, the thing that you sell, you make $1,000 from. $1,000 profit goes in your pocket for the thing or the service that you sell that you have to offer. What I would recommend is at least budgeting to spend the amount of money that you would profit from one sale, right? Because you don't want to run advertisements that are not profitable. You don't want to spend $100 in ads or $1,000 in ads and then sell 2 or 3 things that are only worth like $50. Like if you sell something that costs $50, you want to be able to spend up to that $50 amount, the way you're not overspending on your ads. What I believe is that every form of advertising should be profitable in some way, shape, or form, right? Now, I know that it's hard to measure some results because, like, for example, if you've got a billboard, right? You never know how many people saw that billboard and came to your place and bought your stuff from that billboard. There's no way to track that. But what you can track is Facebook traffic. You can track Google traffic. You can track the entire sales process. So that's what I recommend kind of diving into those steps right there. So again, back to the topic of tonight, right? So let's say you sell cars, right? You're a used car salesman or a new car salesman, and right? If you sell this certain kind of car, every single time it's $1,000, right? Money in the bank guarantee. All you have to do is let that customer come in the door, talk to them for a few, sign on the line, bam, $1,000 in your pocket. Of course, it's natural that you're going to do everything that you possibly can to get as many people to come in the door and sign on the line and buy that car, because the more cars you sell, the more money you make, right? But again, let's say that you go into your Facebook advertising and think that I'm just going to only spend $200 and magic is going to happen and all these people are going to flood in and just continue to buy my stuff, right? That's not true. That's not how this game works at all right here. So what I would recommend doing, and what I've done for myself, is to set my advertising budget as high as I possibly can. Right? I've heard some people say that your advertising budget should be about 6% of your gross sales. That was just some expert guy that I was listening to. Mine actually equaled out to about 6.5%. So I think there's some validity behind what he was sharing with me at that time. But I just don't want you to go into the game of trying to create Facebook ads for yourself and spend a couple $100 and not get the expectation or not get the results that you thought you were going to get. Right? Again, if people, let's say, okay, here's another good example. Let's say you already have a list, right, of customers who have bought from you before, meaning they already know you, they already like you, they already trust you, right? And let's say that you sell something that is something that gets bought quite frequently, right? Maybe it's coffee, maybe it's a restaurant, maybe it's something like that. Now, when you start running ads to a list of people that have already bought from you in the past, right? That's a very hot audience right there. Those people already know you, they like you, they trust you. They're probably going to be excited when they see your advertisements start popping up on their Facebook, and they're going to be very likely to engage with your ads. They're going to be likely to share your ads. They're going to be likely to probably spend money with you again, right? If you continuously have something to offer these people, they're probably going to keep buying from you. So again, like that's just what's on my mind today, because I know that I've been having some conversations with folks who are going to be running some ads here soon. And I let them know up front, like there's never a guarantee with this. Like I literally wasted, I say $1,000, it was probably $2,000 of my own business's money trying to figure out how the hell do I get people who don't know me, right, to see my ads, to know they need my product or service, and to sign up and pay me money. Right? It was it's like a magic show for real. Like this morning I woke up and I've got people in my email that have signed up and paid for my OVI course, right? And there's that little box that says, how'd you hear about us? And it says the internet. And every time I see that, I'm like, yes, it still works, right? It's all, people sign up every single day, right? So the math behind my driver's intervention program is probably different than the math behind whatever the thing is you sell. But check this out. I have a remedial driving course, right? My business, we offer a remedial driving course to people who are charged, or to anybody who has to take an 8-hour remedial driving course class. That class cost $64 for that person to come in and attend. Right? So if I'm running ads that are targeting people who are searching out remedial driving course, right? I am willing to spend whatever it takes to get that person to come to my program up to that $64 limit right there. So if I'm spending ads and I take a look at, and I do my weekly report and I see, damn, okay, this week we've had 8 people sign up, pay for, and attend our remedial driving course. 8 times 6, roughly $500. And if I can see I've only spent $200, $300 on that specific ad for the week, in my book, we're winning. Right? I didn't come into this thinking I'm just going to turn on this magic ad and then people are going to beat down my door wanting to buy my stuff, and just all this money is going to start just falling out of the sky. Right? And I just think that that is a false belief that a lot of people have when they first start running ads. So I just challenge you to, if you're already running ads, or you've thought about running ads, or you've ran ads before and they didn't work out for you, I want you just to sit down and reflect on like the expectations that you had. And then I want you to take a look at the math of actually what you sell, right? What you're advertising for and how much you would make from that compared to how much you were actually spending, right? And again, I think it's best practice to spend as much money as you possibly can on ads, right? As long as you know your target customer, you know where they're at, you know how much they know you, like you, and trust you, and how unique is your offer that you can put in front of your people to get them to trust you and buy your product or service, right? And here's the thing. It's different for everybody. It takes a long time to learn. But if you are serious about this advertising space right here and like growing your business and doing everything that you can, like it's worth the time to learn about, right? Anybody can Google how to run profitable ads, how to blah, how to do whatever it is you're trying to do. So I would just highly encourage you to spend some time thinking about that. Hope that helped. If it did, cool. If not, that's cool too. I just know that that's kind of where I'm at today. And I think that it's definitely not a waste of money if you only make one sale, right? As long as the thing that you sell is worth more than $200 or $2,000, right? Because at that point right there, you literally break even, right? And if you're able to break even on your advertising costs, meaning that you spend $500 a month and then you make $500 back off of that, that right there is profitable because of the awareness that you're building with your ads, right? If you run ads to your specific city and everybody and their brother and their mother and their aunt and their uncle sees your ads, right? That is valuable right there, because one thing that I've learned is that people talk, right? If you see if I see an ad on Facebook and it relates to something that one of my friends, I got a very good example right here. I have a friend, right, who is has some struggles in their life. I'll just say has some struggles in their life, right? While at the same time, I have been following people on Facebook who are problem solvers for that specific problem right there. Right. So immediately when I saw that ad that I saw on Facebook, what popped into my mind was my friend, because he's having that problem that this guy's trying to solve. So it was very easy for me just to simply tag my friend in that post right there, say, boom, just put his name in there, meaning, hey, bro, watch this shit. Check this out. I feel like this could benefit you. Right. And that's a win. Right there. Like that is a way to create brand awareness, to be able to get your message out to the masses of people. I'll share this and I'm done for tonight. So right now I'm running an ad on this page here. I shared it 4 or 5 days ago. I said, look, I'm going to this big conference in a couple of weeks and I'm trying to make some extra cheese to burn while I'm down there. So basically my offer was, hey, if you spend $1,000 with me, I will create 6 videos for your business that look like the examples of videos that I've already done. So if you're looking for 6 videos, it's $1,000. Like that was the short video that I made and that was the ad that I'm running, right? Of course, and I targeted specific people in a certain location, but I spent $200 on that one post right there, right? $200. That's what I paid to boost, or that's what I paid to specifically target people in a certain location that have certain characteristics. Check this out. So of that ad right there, it's literally been like 4 or 5 days. And my offer was, hey, spend $1,000 with me and I'll give you this, right? And what I paid Facebook for, $200 to show this ad. And literally I've had 4 or 5 people that have reached out and said, hey, I want to take you up on that offer. When can we meet? Right. So that's essentially right there, me spending $200 and then turning around and hopefully making $4,000 or $5,000, $6,000 off that one ad that I spent right there. Right. So that's the power of this stuff when you start learning how to do the thing the right way. So I think that's enough. Just wanted to hop on tonight and share that. I'm still in the house, still haven't moved all the way down to the studio yet. It's a frustrating topic for me right now, but it's in the works. So I will talk to you tomorrow. Hope you have a wonderful night. Done.